I wanted to show you where I am with the altered phone book. I've decided that it's going to be sort of a journal of journals type thing. I'll show you what I mean. I'm also going to have to come up with some kind of closure. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about a closure when I made the cover, but I wasn't thinking about it at all. And obviously I'm going to need it because it's getting fat and it's going to be fatter. I think I'm probably about halfway done with it. So, you know, there's no telling how much more fatter it's going to get. So I need to come up with something for that. But I'm liking it. It's coming along good. I can't remember what I showed before, so I'll just show a little bit of everything. All of the pages I've covered with something, either covered them or painted them. And most of it's scrapbook paper or found paper that I got at a thrift store or somewhere. I have a lot of these lined pages for journaling, and a lot of these little separate journals, like a journal in a journal. See what I'm saying? So you could have your, you know, regular, usual journaling here, and then maybe some kind of special topic here, and then I left room for even a title. I like pockets, so I made pockets out of some of the pages. And in this one, I've got another little journal. And I just use whatever kind of paper I've got on hand. And this background was, it wasn't paint, I think it's ink. But if I remember right, I just put different kinds of ink pads on there. This is some tissue paper on this page, and I cut a little, one of those coin envelope things in half and made a pocket for this little book. And I think I'm going to have to redo this because I made it, it's kind of tight. I need to adjust my folds a little bit. But I didn't put something in every single pocket, just a few of them. Some of them are, this is something that I printed out, put it on some chipboard, and then kind of roughed it up and put a little journal area on the back. And some of it is stuff that I bought probably at a scrapbook store or something. See what I'm saying? It's tough to pull it out, so I think I'm going to have to refold. Yeah, that was a little deal. Put some lined paper on the back. I like these little things. You know, I buy them off the clearance rack and stuff. But I always cover the back. I just don't think it's finished until the back is done. And I'm probably going to either give this book away or sell it. I haven't decided yet. But I wanted it to be something where the person who gets it can add to it. So I don't have every square inch decorated. You know, even though it is fat and it's got a lot of stuff, it's not just crammed full of die cuts and flowers and all of that stuff, which I think is beautiful. And I love looking at journals that have all of those things on it. But I really wanted to leave a lot of blank space for whoever ends up with this so that they can add to it and make it their own. This next page, this is a collage that I made on a piece of cardstock and some of the scraps I've been using. I'll probably do a demo of this at some point. A lot of this stuff I didn't even bother filming demos for because it was just stupid easy. You know, you glue the paper on the page. You don't need to see that, right? But this, if you don't do collage, it can be kind of confusing. So I will show you eventually how I did that. Some of the books like this I have, you know, bound into the phone book, and then others like this one are in pockets. And this is one of those, like a manila folder deal. And more lined pages for writing, and a little flippy card for no reason. And I'll show this technique too. This it was an image, in fact it's this image that I just photocopied and then transferred it onto this cardstock using gin, just regular household gin. And yeah, I filmed it and everything, and while I was filming, I spilled the gin all over, everywhere. So you won't be seeing that version, but I'll do it again and try not to make a mess of everything and show you how that's done, because it's really easy and it's pretty cool. It transfers most images really, really well. Lined pages, more lined pages. These pages, I got some fingerprints on it while I was working, because that's just what I do. And then so I got a wet paper towel and tried to wipe the fingerprints off, and then the blue lines started running. So you see, this is the difference between a mistake and an effect. A mistake is just one blob of runny blue lines, but an effect is a whole page full of runny blue lines. See? So it looks like I did it on purpose, because I'm an idiot. A piece of a catalog I stuck down there. That's scrapbook paper, and this little envelope is bound into the center, and inside it's just got some post-it notes, because, you know, who doesn't like post-it notes? And this is the last page that I did, and I really like this. I like tags. I don't know, I thought maybe that tags were kind of going out of style and not so popular anymore, but I guess they are. I've been seeing them all over the place. I made, most of them are just images that I printed out, and then I stuck on a piece of chipboard. Always do the back, always do the sides, or the edges. It's not finished if the back and edges are not done. Remember that. The pockets are made out of different things. This one, I think, was a coin envelope. This, I'm going to show you how to do this. Actually, I'm going to put a link up down in the video description of where I saw this, because, let me find. I saw a demo of this on YouTube and just thought it was the most brilliant thing I've ever seen in my whole life, so I couldn't wait to try it. You know what it is? Toilet paper tube. Yeah, buddy, that's all it is. And let me tell you, this is something I don't normally save, because everybody in my house has IBS, and if I saved these things, they would take over my house. So I don't save them. But when I saw this on a YouTube video, I went digging through all the bathroom trash cans and was able to come up with about 8 or 10 of these. So I made one. That's all it is. Toilet paper tube, a piece of whatever paper. You can see I just made a copy of my collage that I did. Some glue. You glue it on, you wrap it, you fold it. You're done. Brilliant, right? Right. Evidently, toilet paper tubes are a thing now, because I've been seeing lots of stuff with them. I've been seeing some books. I'm going to try one of those little toilet paper books. And I made one, not like I've been seeing, a little different one. This one, and that's just a little, that was a coin envelope that I cut in half, made a little pouch for it. But it's just a little book. I covered it with some tissue paper that had sort of a, I guess, a vintage print. I'm looking for it because the paper is really, it's a mess. I got it in a gift, like, you know, it was in an actual gift bag that I got. I didn't just buy this. And it's been through the mill, as you can see. It had some holes in it, but I picked a little section that I liked, put my glue down. This was my toilet paper tube. Actually, I think this might have been a paper towel roll. I'm not sure. Anyway, cut it down one side. I think I trimmed the ends off a little bit to get it the size that I wanted. Made a, see the fold? That's all that is. Super easy. And then did the little pamphlet stitch binding for these little sheets. And then this was a paper napkin I put on the inside. Super easy. Okay, here is yet one more example of the difference between a mistake and an effect. I don't know if you can see it, and I can't raise this up because my camera doesn't autofocus. It focuses here, and that's where it stays. So maybe you can see right here above this bunny's ear, that little dark spot. Yeah, I was smoothing out the tissue paper when I put the glue on, and I was smoothing a little too vigorously, and it tore. And then I said some words that I'm not real proud of, and wasn't quite sure what to do at that point, so I just kind of went in different areas and I tore it some more. And I know it's kind of hard to see because I put some walnut ink on them, and then walnut ink kind of here and there to make it look older and kind of worn. But one is a mistake, a whole bunch is an effect. So see, I've got a distressed, worn, vintage effect, not a mistake. Yeah, brilliant. Toilet paper tubes. There you go. Do a YouTube search. There's a bunch of cool things you can do with those. Where was I? Yes. Right here. Tag. Okay. This is yet another example of making lemonade out of lemons. And again, I don't know if you can see it. See this paper right here? This one on the edge? That was some kind of a, I don't know, frou-frou background paper that I made eons ago, but it was on heavy cardstock. And it's a strip this wide, and that was the first piece that I put down. And then I collaged all this other stuff over it, right? Okay, I get it all done. It looks great. It looks smooth. You know, I couldn't tell. It looked perfectly fine. And then I started sanding the edges, you know, to kind of make it be worn. And I always take a sanding block and just sand over this. And when I did, I sanded down that line, and it started to show. And then I could see, oh, this is raised, you know, because it was a lot thicker than these other papers that I used. So I thought, oh, well, crap, great. What am I going to do now? I've got this stupid line running up it. So I made a line here and a line here, because one is a mistake. A whole bunch is an effect. You're going to remember that, see, and then the next time you screw something up, all you have to do is screw it up even more, and then it's fixed. I don't know how it works. It's probably physics or something I don't understand. And then this little tag. Those are actually not an effect or mistakes. I did those on purpose. And over here, again, more images that I printed out, roughed up, turned into tags. This was an envelope that I've got a piece of double stick tape down the middle to make two pockets for it. A library pocket deal, and then some more stuff that I printed. I love this one. I think this one turned out great. Yeah. So, there you go. See, none of this was difficult. Very easy. Looks great. I chose to put just plain strips of muslin on all of the tags to kind of give it a little bit of cohesion, because there's so much going on. It's so busy, and lots of pattern and color, so it's nice to have some kind of a little cohesive element in there to tie it all together. Next step, got to glue some more pages together. Gesso the pages. I've been gessoing all the pages. I glue about 5 at a time together, put gesso on them, and I've already got another space right here cut out where I cut out a big chunk of pages so that I can put something bulky right there. And I just have to figure out what to do on the next few pages. But it's coming along good. I will keep you posted on the progress. I'm thinking maybe 2 or 3 more days, and I can call this sucker done.